Welcome to Game Devs Play Games, where we play games while talking game design. And today we're playing Moon Hunters by Kit Fox Games.
And why are we playing Moon Hunters? Well, none other than you guys are the reason why, because you voted for it.
Yeah, a lot of votes this time. Thank you. Moon Hunters is pretty awesome. I've actually played this game quite a bit.
And this game initially was really poorly reviewed, right? Like, you and I saw it way back in the days when it first released. We were like, this looks beautiful.
Actually, maybe even early access? I don't remember. When it came out, I was like, I want this game so bad, but the reviews were bad. They're very negative. This is just this is one of those games to where the developer saw that wasn't happy with their views and listened to the feedback and actually developed the game and worked on it. Now if you check it, the reviews are overwhelmingly positive.
Which normally I really hate that. That's the idea that games nowadays never really are finished.
Yeah.
And that rubs me the wrong way, and I've been called a design purist because of that.
Hey, it's an art form, right? Art's never complete.
Exactly. So we're playing the 1.1 version, or whatever their big update is, where they listened to a lot of that feedback and they made a lot of tweaks and changes, and then all of a sudden the reviews were super positive. Oh yes! So I did a little playing of this on my own just to get the idea of the game. Did I? Ooh. Oh, I see. I moved down. So I unlocked this Songweaver, and I don't know how she plays.
I do. Considering this is your first time trying her and we're on this show, you should probably not play her. She's a tad complicated.
Okay.
But it's also, she's much better when she's in larger groups.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go with the Druid because I really like this guy.
He's pretty cool. And I'm going to go with Hedwana, who is, without a doubt, the most powerful character in the game.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Cool. So you haven't seen Wolf Clan, I'm assuming. Right, if you've only played there once, you probably unlocked them.
I think I started on. I think I did Wolf Clan. I think you get to choose these based on what character you chose. No,
nope.
I thought
you
I
actually
was given
basically
Wolf
how it works is I think you might start with both, but I think you only start with Dustfolk. And if you find that location, if you find the Wolf Clan's area, then you can start off as the Wolf Clan.
See, but I started off in a forest on my first run.
Okay, then maybe they're unlockable from the beginning.
Yeah.
And we still have to find the High Tribe and the Celestian.
That's true. Well, I'm cool with either.
Well, then let's do Dustfolk.
Yes. So this game is. How would you describe the mechanics? It's like a.
It plays kind of like a Diablo-esque game,
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just your. I wouldn't say it's not like a twin shooter exactly. It
kind of is, right? It's
a little bit.
Twin shooter, but with melee combat also, and all that jazz.
So the principle, the idea really behind the game is they claim that it's a personality test, right? When the characters will have dialogue and you get to choose how you react to it. And when you do that, your character will pick up traits. And my favorite part about this game is that depending on what traits you have, changes how you can react to certain situations. So, you might walk up to a hut and it'll be the door is locked. Maybe if you were more foolish, then you would just barge right in. And so, if you had the foolish trait, it would give you the option to just barge right in.
And you don't just keep them; you cycle through these traits as you keep making choices, which is really interesting. And so, early on you see oh man, if I had the foolish trait, I could have gotten in this. So you start making choices that make you foolish.
Try to get the full, yeah. But you can never go back to a location you've been to before. I think it's on you.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
We're nearly out of water. We need to find somewhere to camp before the first moon feast tomorrow.
Cool.
Yes!
Alright, so the mechanics are relatively simple. You have your X, which is your basic attack. I get to shoot stuff, and you have... Oh, yeah, you shoot little leaves, right?
Yep. Pew, pew, pew!
Then there's the interact button. There's nothing to interact, so I'm just... Exclamation mark. Then we have a dash.
Ooh.
Whoa, what am I hitting right there? Strange. Okay, there's a dash. And then finally you have your special, really unique ability. he sets up like a grass area that it slows them down, and she creates a gravity well that sucks them into that one area.
So have you explored a lot of the other characters in this game?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So do they all kind of have that, like, they have a primary projectile weapon and then something that kind of slows the opponent from reaching them?
There's a little bit of a mix-up sometimes, as the Spellblade has only melee attacks. And then,
I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, and then the, let's see, can you share some of your water, please?
I know you don't have much, but I'm trying to survive until I reach my family. Well, I mean...
No?
Sure. I mean, we get to each choose what we want, and I think we'll randomly select which one.
So, we'll go ahead, here, we'll pick the same thing first.
Oh, thank you. I don't know how to repay you, but I'll find a way. Meet me in the Dustfolk village tomorrow. He has 2 teeth. Ah, we are compassionate. Oh, I gained compassion, so we don't share.
We both did it, because we got the symbol for it.
Oh, really?
So we both get it. And basically how it works is we got that little, like, we got 1 point toward compassion. If we got another one, then we would actually gain the compassion trait.
I thought it's supposed to show up on here somewhere.
No, we got, like, compassion. We didn't get the compassionate trait. Is the best way to describe it. Yeah, if that makes sense. It's a little unclear at first. So yeah,
dash.
Before we're talking about these, kill this little thing. Oh, little guy. All right, now he's dead. And so here's the exit, where there's still more to go to.
Oh, there's so much more.
So yeah, the Spellblade has close range attacks. The Witch has her basic attack is close range, but it's all for like pushing the enemy away. And but her special attacks are ranged. So she has a little bit of a mix up there. Otherwise, for the most part, yeah, people are ranged.
That's an interesting choice. I feel like it makes sense for the type of gameplay, right? And then making melee kind of that more uncommon thing. Especially because the game is primarily designed for cooperative play. So if you have a ton of people that are melee fighters, it just becomes a confusing mess. So since they designed this from the ground up with cooperative play in mind, I think that makes a lot of sense, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very hard playing the Spellblade by yourself. Maybe guided by the Silver Sister and a Pale Dancer and consecrated to the stone and in my travels. And that's all this person says ever.
All right.
Yeah, I don't really... Maybe there's some event that they trigger, but I don't really know. So, one of my biggest criticisms with the game is that it feels a little incomplete. There's some cool stuff that happens and you wish to see more with it. And it just, sometimes it just kind of, you're like, oh, that was it? I guess that's the best way to describe it, really.
I guess that's fair. I don't know if it ever really bothered me just because this game is... You're supposed to not play it for, like, a really thorough single playthrough, right? The game is designed for replayability over and over and over again. So in a way, I feel like those things aren't really the primary focus of the games.
Yeah.
So I guess I agree, but it doesn't... I don't think it's super important.
So we just finished the level, and based off of kind of like how you play, you'll... Like, I got the Rowdy, and I forgot which one you got, but Rowdy gave me... Rowdy actually gave me another point toward one of those traits, and so you can get extra trait points that way.
I think I got greedy because I was the one that rushed to pick up everything that spawned on the map.
That'll do it. So now we're in a camping phase, and we get to do, like, we get to choose an action to do that will give us stats. And so intelligence is for your magic attack, so stargazing is usually the best for her. And then you can choose different things. Cooking is really cool because you get to combine ingredients and try to make something, like make food. And when you do that, it'll give you stat points towards everybody, but it's lesser. And so if you have a large group, you should always have somebody cooking. It's pretty cool. So I don't know what you want to do.
Do we have to do the same thing?
We cannot do the same thing, actually. Except for resting. All of us could rest, I guess.
See, I feel like I do resting a lot just because I like the leadership.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's strange because really leadership, all I've seen it do is like unlock other options throughout the game. I don't think it has a mechanical value.
Which I'm super about. Anytime I play a game that has any element of like charisma or like persuading people, I'm like, oh yeah, no, max that out first because I like having as many options as possible. You woke to the soft sound of rain pattering on the roof of the tent. You wonder if a storm is coming. Shh, I'm gonna sleep. You roll over and go back to sleep, dismissing your late-night fears. When you wake, the sky is clear and your heart is light. I gain 5 spirit. Bam. This is you.
Eduana tries to study the sky, but loses interest quickly and sings a song instead. Oh, what? I've never seen... So basically, I just failed. Normally you'll get step points, but it's like you only gain 2 intelligence, but you get the foolish trait. Looking over the valley, you see the campfires in the darkness. They seem to form the constellation of a rabbit. What does it mean? Let's see. Let's go fertility.
I mean, both of those really
consider how the sign of the rabbit might indicate an abundance of joy and harvest in the future. You feel optimistic. Ooh, gains attraction and 5 spirit. So what that means is attraction, energy, other things like that. Basically, it's a temporary stat boost that will only last so long. It will last like a number of days.
That makes sense.
So we can go here, and probably that's about it for the episode?
Yes.
All right.
So I guess question of the day, maybe we could talk about lack of tutorial. I mean, the mechanics are really simple, right? And it's very much a game where in that first level, that effectively was the tutorial level, where, you know, we just get to poke around and explore things. And you do have some characters that explain some things and certain controls to you, but for the most part, a lot of the mechanics are relatively unexplained.
So, overall, just do you think they should have explained things better,
or do you think that the game needed a more thorough tutorial? And if so, how would you design a tutorial for this game?
Cool. All right. Like, subscribe. Please vote at the top of the thing. Do it.
Because that's why we're playing this game, and that means we'll play the next voted game next.
Whatever that is.
Whatever it is. We haven't decided yet. But you'll see it.
Goodbye.